Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The West Philippine Sea is tense, the air is thick with anticipation, and every movement on the water is watched with anxious eyes. This is not just another day at sea, this is a region on edge, where every ship, every maneuver, and every radio transmission could tip the balance. It's February 2026, and the horizon is crowded with warships. The early morning light glints off steel hulls as vessels from multiple nations converge, their silhouettes stark against the breaking dawn. The sea, once a symbol of freedom and vastness, now feels confined, hemmed in by the presence of so many ships, each representing a nation's interests and ambitions. Philippine vessels, joined by allies from the United States, Japan, and Australia, form a united front. Their ships move in coordinated formations, a visible sign of solidarity and shared purpose. The message is unmistakable. Manila is not alone. The alliance is strong, and their resolve is being tested in real time. Opposite them, Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia shadow every move, their intentions clear but unspoken. The Chinese vessels maintain a constant watchful presence, never straying far from the Allied ships. Their proximity is a silent warning, a reminder that China's claims over these waters are not just words, but actions, backed by force. Military exercises near the contested Bajo de Masinloc are about to begin. Not a drill, but a real test of resolve. Crews move with practiced urgency, checking equipment and reviewing orders. The tension is palpable. Everyone knows that these maneuvers are more than just training. They are a demonstration of readiness, a rehearsal for scenarios no one wants to see unfold. Radio channels crackle with warnings and counterclaims, each side asserting sovereignty. Voices, sometimes calm, sometimes strained, echo across the airwaves, repeating familiar phrases about territorial rights and international law. The invisible battle for legitimacy is as fierce as the one being waged on the water's surface. The world watches as fleets maneuver dangerously close, the risk of escalation ever present. Cameras capture tense moments as ships pass within shouting distance, their crews alert and ready for anything. One wrong move, one misunderstood signal, could turn a standoff into a crisis. These drills, codenamed Maritime Cooperation Activity, are a direct challenge to Beijing's sweeping claims. The exercises are not just about tactics, they are about sending a message to the world. The Allies are determined to uphold the rules-based order, and they are willing to put their ships and sailors on the line to do so. For Manila, it's about defending sovereign rights and resources. The stakes are deeply personal. Filipino sailors know that their families, their livelihoods, and their nation's future depend on what happens here. The flag they raise is more than a symbol. It's a statement of identity and determination. For its allies, it's about upholding freedom of navigation. The United States, Japan, and Australia see these waters as vital arteries of global trade and security. Their presence is a reminder that the world's oceans belong to all, not just to those who claim them by force. The exercises are a show of capability and commitment, signaling that unilateral changes to the maritime map won't go unchallenged. Every maneuver, every signal flare, is a calculated move in a high-stakes game of deterrence. The message is clear. Aggression will be met with unity and strength. Every sailor knows the stakes. Deterrence, not conflict, is the mission. The goal is to prevent war, not provoke it. Yet, the line between deterrence and confrontation is razor thin, and everyone on board feels the weight of responsibility. The waters around Bajo de Masinloc, once a fishing haven, are now a flashpoint. Generations of fishermen once cast their nets here, but today, the only vessels are military. The transformation is stark, a peaceful livelihood replaced by the machinery of power and the specter of conflict. A single misstep could ignite a conflict with global consequences. Every decision, every order, is weighed with care. The world's attention is fixed on these waters, knowing that what happens here could ripple far beyond the region. The stage is set, the actors in place, and the opening act of this tense maritime saga is about to begin. The ships hold their positions, waiting for the next move, as the sun rises over a sea bracing for the unknown. The world holds its breath, the storm is gathering. In these waters, history is being written. One decision, one maneuver, one heartbeat at a time. Bajo de Masinloc, also known as Scarborough Shoal, is far more than just a scattering of rocks and reefs to the Philippines. It is a place deeply woven into the nation's history, culture, and daily life. For generations, its waters have been a vital part of the Filipino identity, a testament to the enduring relationship between the people and the sea. It's a lifeline, a rich fishing ground teeming with marine life, a safe haven for fishermen seeking shelter from sudden storms, and a crucial source of income for countless coastal communities. Every day, families depend on the bounty of these waters, and local markets thrive on the fresh catch brought in from the shoal. Located just 124 nautical miles from Luzon, Scarborough Shoal lies well within the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone, making it a natural extension of the country's territory and resources. Its proximity means that it is easily accessible to Filipino fishermen, who have relied on these waters for centuries. Control over the shoal is not just about fishing, it's about national security. It provides a strategic outpost for surveillance, a forward line of defense, and a watchful eye over the country's maritime borders. The presence of the Navy and Coast Guard here is a constant reminder of its importance. The resources found here, abundant fish stocks, potential reserves of oil and natural gas, are vital for millions of Filipinos. They are key to food security, economic growth, and the dream of energy independence, offering hope for a brighter, more self-sufficient future. Losing access to these waters is seen as an economic blockade, a direct threat to livelihoods and a blow to the nation's sovereignty. It means empty nets, struggling families, and a sense of injustice that resonates far beyond the coastline. Over time, the shoal has become a powerful symbol of national pride and resilience. It inspires unity, fuels passionate protests, and is immortalized in art and song as a reminder of what is at stake. The ongoing struggle for access to Scarborough Shoal unites the country, pitting a small but determined nation against a global superpower. It is a story watched by millions, a daily headline, and a rallying cry for justice and dignity. For Filipino fishermen, this is not just a territorial dispute. It is about survival, tradition, and the hope of returning safely home with enough to provide for their loved ones. The line in the sand is drawn at Bajo de Masinloc, a place where the fate of a nation and the spirit of its people are put to the ultimate test. The dispute is a clash of law versus history. The Philippines cites UNCLOS and a 2016 tribunal ruling that invalidated China's 9-dash line. International law is on Manila's side, affirming its rights within its exclusive economic zone. China rejects the ruling, insisting on historic rights and bilateral talks. Its 9-dash line covers nearly the entire South China Sea, overlapping with neighbors' zones. Each side sees the other as the aggressor, law versus legacy, court versus ancient maps. Every encounter at sea is a potential flashpoint. The divide is deep, the stakes high, the conflict endures. The joint military exercises are a coalition effort. Philippines, US, Japan, and Australia. Their presence turns a local dispute into a global issue, signaling unity against coercion. The drills cover anti-submarine warfare, air defense, and freedom of navigation operations. Interoperability is key. Seamless coordination in crisis. For Manila, it's training and deterrence. For allies, it's about keeping sea lanes open. The exercises embody mutual defense treaties and shared interests. China's actions threaten global commerce. The drills defend international law. Solidarity is the strategy. Behind the headlines and political maneuvering, it is the Filipino fishermen who quietly bear the heaviest burden of this ongoing conflict. Their lives, shaped by the tides and the promise of the sea, have been upended in ways that rarely make the news. Once, Bajo de Masinloc was a sanctuary, a place where generations cast their nets and found sustenance. Now, Chinese patrols and Coast Guard ships block access, turning familiar waters into zones of fear and uncertainty. Intimidation is constant. Water cannons drench their boats, catches are confiscated, and tense standoffs are a daily reality. Each trip to sea is a gamble, not just for their livelihood, but for their safety. The impact ripples through entire communities. Fear and poverty grow as families struggle to make ends meet. Children are forced to leave school to help, debts mount, and the future feels increasingly uncertain for many. The government's tougher stance in the region is not just about politics or territory. It's driven by the stories and pleas of these fishermen and their families, who demand action and protection. Military drills and increased naval presence are a direct response to their plight. For many, these exercises represent hope, a chance that access to their traditional fishing grounds might one day be restored. For the fishermen, these military maneuvers are not distant or abstract. They are a tangible sign that their struggle is being recognized, and a glimmer of hope that they might soon reclaim their way of life. The human cost of this conflict is a powerful motivator. Behind every statistic is a family, a community, and a way of life at risk of disappearing. Empty nets are more than just a sign of lost income, they symbolize lost sovereignty, lost tradition, and the erosion of a proud heritage. The fight is for dignity, as much as territory. It's about standing together, defending their rights, and preserving their identity as people of the sea. Their hope is simple yet profound: to sail freely again, to provide for their families, and to reclaim the life that has always been theirs. For these fishermen, the stakes are deeply personal, and the world is finally beginning to listen. The South China Sea is a global artery. 1/3 of world shipping passes through. Disruption here would shake the global economy, raising costs and risks for all. Military drills and tensions make the region unpredictable for commerce. Freedom of navigation is a core principle. The US and allies see China's claims as a threat to this. The drills assert that no single nation can control these vital lanes. China argues it's the guarantor of safety, blaming foreign militaries for instability. Each side accuses the other of militarizing the dispute. The shipping lanes are now a stage for great power rivalry. Economic stability hangs in the balance. The world is watching. Manila's new strategy is assertive transparency, publicizing Chinese harassment and rallying support. Military drills with allies near Bajo de Masinloc are a clear statement: the Philippines won't be pushed out. Years of Chinese pressure have made passive diplomacy obsolete. The government frames the exercises as defensive, rooted in international law. Beijing sees provocation, blaming the US for stirring trouble. China responds with more ships and stern warnings, vowing to defend its claims. State media paints the Philippines as a pawn in America's game. The result: tit-for-tat escalation, each move seen as aggression. Tension rises with every maneuver. The cycle is hard to break. The waters near Bajo de Masinloc are crowded and tense. A single mistake could spark crisis. Warships, coast guards, and maritime militia operate side by side, blurring lines between deterrence and provocation. Militia vessels, often disguised as fishing boats, add unpredictability. An aggressive move could trigger rapid escalation, drawing in allies. Communication protocols exist, but their effectiveness depends on both sides' willingness to use them. A collision or firefight could quickly involve the US, risking superpower confrontation. The stakes are global, the risks immense. Every maneuver is a test of nerve and professionalism. The world watches anxiously. Peace is fragile, the dance is dangerous. The drills near Bajo de Masinloc are more than symbolic. They're a turning point. Deterrence is the goal, but escalation is a constant risk. China's resolve ensures a volatile cycle of action and reaction. The challenge: manage rivalry without open conflict. Dialogue and crisis management are essential to prevent disaster. The 2016 Arbitral Award offers a legal path, but trust is scarce. Lasting peace depends on wisdom, restraint, and respect for international law. The future of the South China Sea hinges on diplomacy, not firepower.